Welcome to Franchise Marketing Radio, brought to you by SEO Samba. Comprehensive high-performing marketing solutions for mature and emerging franchise brands. To supercharge your franchise marketing, go to SEOSamba.com. That's SEOSAMBA.com.
Lee Cantor here, another episode of Franchise Marketing Radio, and this is going to be a good one. Today on the show, we have Darren Keeler, and he is with Shuckin. Welcome, Darren.
Thank you, Lee. I'm glad to be here.
Well, I'm excited to learn what you're up to. Before we get too far into things, tell us about Shuckin.
So Shuckin Oyster Bar, we are a emerging franchise. We have 16 open locations right now, mainly on the East Coast. But this year, we are officially going national. We are opening locations just outside of Chicago and Naperville, Illinois, in the St. Louis area, and then also in Mansfield, Texas. So 2022 has been pretty good to us, where we are officially crossing the Mississippi. We are a national brand now of a seafood restaurant that you go and slurp down a bunch of oysters, crab legs, watch the game with a cold beer in hand with all your friends and family. We're just a good shucking time.
Now, was this expansion kind of organic, or was this an initiative that you aggressively were pursuing?
It's starting in 2019, we aggressively pursued going national with our franchise. We partner up with Raintree, our great Fran Dev company. They have been awesome. So about 2019, and then we had to take a break in 2020 with the pandemic, even though we did open stores during the pandemic, and which was amazing that a lot of brands really can't say that. So we are super grateful for all of that. And then in 2021, the boosters really took off and we got off the ground, and now we are, full speed ahead going national.
Now, we're here to talk about an exciting initiative that you guys are kind of championing, this concept of a Shacklete, or tapping into this new college athlete trend of being able to work with them a little bit more intimately than had been historically possible. Can you talk about how that came about and what it's about?
Yeah, so about a year ago, or just under a year ago, the NCAA changed the rules for NIL, name, image, and likeness, for collegiate athletes. Before, it was not legal for any brand or company to sponsor collegiate athletes, student athletes, and they changed the rules last year, where now brands and companies can sponsor these collegiate athletes. The rule change happened quick. It happened kind of, the NCAA just said, yep, we're changing it. You can sponsor whoever you want from any college, any sport. And there was a big kind of outcry of, yes, this is amazing, but how do we do it? And the past year has been a lot of companies and brands trying to figure out what this NIL thing really is. And colleges are doing the same thing. This is brand new to everybody, but Shuckin is a sports bar. We love going to Shuckin and having a cold one, having amazing food while watching college football, college basketball. We actually don't even care what sport is on. If it's college gymnastics, we'll watch it at the Shack. It just fits in with our brand. So it was a no-brainer to us when the NCAA changed the rules and we could start sponsoring collegiate athletes. We jumped all over it. We partnered up with a company called Icon Source. They are amazing. They are former collegiate athletes that, after the run was over, they started this new company, and with the NCAA changing the rules for NIL, their platform really blew up, and they are an emerging company. They're just like us as an emerging brand and emerging franchise. So our partnership with Icon Source has been absolutely tremendous, where we started sponsoring these collegiate athletes.
And then, so what does that look like from the athlete side, and what does the kind of the franchisee and the franchisor get from this relationship with these athletes?
So what we do is we sponsor collegiate athletes that are local to our Shuckin Shacks and Shuckin Shack franchisees. So let's say a couple weeks ago, we just signed Elise Bauer, who is a women's swimmer for the University of Florida. Her hometown is Ocala, Florida, where we have a Shuckin Shack location. So we sponsor collegiate athletes that have ties with our hometown or family members close to our locations, or they go to school close to one of our locations. So when we sponsor these collegiate athletes, we use them as brand ambassadors. We send them apparel, we send them gift cards. They post on social media at the Shuckin Shacks, at their local Shuckin Shacks, and they get to know our owners, our staff. This is a great way to have almost like a grassroots local marketing campaign where college athletes, range from 18 to 22, 23, sometimes even up to 25 now, with eligibility rules because of COVID. They could play for longer now. So with that, we're hitting a whole demographic that we usually don't organically hit. These college athletes are wearing our apparel around campus, and they're bringing their teammates to Shuckin Shack now, which is awesome.
And then this helps the athlete. It helps get the word out about the brand. It's kind of a win-win all the way around. Exactly.
Us, them, the collegiate athletes that are going to the Shuckin Shacks and posting on social media that they're there. This brand is awesome. It is great for brand awareness, and in return we share all of their posts on our brand social media pages and all the PR that we have, just to say, hey, look at this college athlete, this local college athlete, look at everything they're doing. And even if they're not doing anything around the Shuckin Shack brand, if they're doing something in their community, if they're volunteering somewhere, we'll share that to say, hey, they share our culture, and these collegiate athletes are great brand ambassadors for Shuckin Shack because of their character and what they do out in their community.
Well, good stuff. Congratulations on taking the lead in this initiative. I mean, not many franchises have really tapped into this yet, and kudos for you for being innovative in this manner.
Thanks. The first one through the wall always gets bloody. So we're still trying to figure out what this NIL scope is going to turn into. What is it going to be? But we feel that we are doing it in a way that other brands, other companies aren't really focusing on. We are going after kind of mid-level athletes. They're top performers in their sports. But when the NIL rule change happened, a lot of companies started going after the bigger athletes, the marquee athletes in bigger schools. And they were going after the top 100 athletes nationwide to be brand ambassadors and to sponsor them. We looked at it and we said, there are a bunch of other smaller colleges around the nation, and these athletes are working their butts off to get to where they are. And they're amazing athletes on the women's side and men's side that are totally forgotten. There's 10,000 other athletes out there in college sports world that have totally been forgotten, and we just want to show off what they have to offer.
Good stuff. I mean, that should be commended, and you're opening this up to a lot of folks that, like you said, would have been forgotten and they weren't really benefiting from being the athlete they are and the sacrifice they're making in that regard. Well, congratulations, and congratulations to the continued growth of Shuckin Shack. I mean, you really kind of growing despite the challenges that we've had, and, it sounds like the sky's the limit.
Yeah, there's no stopping us now.
Now, if somebody wants to learn more, what's the website?
So for Shuckin Shack Athletics, you could go to theshuckinshack.com/Shuckin Shack Athletics. We have all the information on there with our Shacklead program. And if you want to find out more about franchising with Shuckin Shack Oyster Bar, you could go to theshuckinshack.com.
Good stuff. Well, Darren, thank you so much for sharing your story. You're doing important work, and we appreciate you.
Thank you, Lee.